Good evening and welcome to the Business Day. I'm Andrea Chisholm. The Jamaican dollar dipped further today despite the BOJ's intervention in the market. The central bank sold $30 million to help shore up supply. That, however, did not stop the US dollar from reaching a price of $151.04, its highest level ever. Since the start of the year, the dollar has lost 14%. As for the Canadian dollar, it closed at $114.84. The pound is going for $196.98, while the euro ended the day at $181.24. Meanwhile, Central Bank Governor Richard Byles admitted that although there's been two-way movement in the exchange rate, the Jamaican dollar has largely been found to be on the depreciating side. Mr. Byles was speaking at a recent conference hosted by the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica. Andrew Laidley reports.
Since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic in Jamaica, the Bank of Jamaica has supplied more than $700 million to the foreign exchange market. But that has done little to stop the dollar from losing value, a reality which Central Bank Governor Richard Byles admits.
And this has resulted in episodes of sharp depreciation in the exchange rate since the end of March. Two-way, but nonetheless, the trend has been a depreciating trend. And this has been so even though BOJ has been augmenting foreign exchange liquidity in the market quite significantly.
Mr. Byles says the BOJ expects a further fallout in foreign inflows for the rest of the year, which will pressure the foreign reserves.
The outlook is for Jamaica's gross reserves to fall by about $500 million to $800 million this fiscal year. The combination of these lower foreign currency inflows and periods of increased demand for foreign currency implies a significant financing gap.
But all hope is not lost. He says at least one channel continues to perform well.
Remittances, as the minister has pointed out, have shown healthy performance in May, June, and July. Those numbers are a little preliminary, but nonetheless, they are a good indication. And I would say that the remittances have overperformed. The problem is that we can't put our pot on fire, so to speak, for it to continue to overperform in that way.
Andrew Laidley, TVJ News.
Meanwhile, the Bank of Jamaica BOJ has decided to hold the policy interest rate unchanged at 0.5% per annum. The BOJ says the decision is aimed at ensuring that the annual price increase in consumer goods and services remain within the 4 to 6% inflation target. The BOJ expects inflation to average 4.6% over the next 8 quarters. That's slightly higher than its previously forecast average of 4.4% in its last assessment in May 2020. BOJ says the revised inflation outlook is primarily influenced by higher agriculture and processed food prices, higher energy costs, as well as increases in some regulated prices. To the stock market now. The JSE index lost 1,852 points today, while the junior market index gained 2 points. Among the winners, Caribbean Flavors and Fragrances, Mayberry Investments, Caribbean Cream, Lasco Distributors, and Salada Foods. On the losing side were Kingston Properties, Cargo Handlers, MPC Caribbean Clean Energy, Sagicor Select Funds, Manufacturing and Distribution, and Stanley Motor. And that's it for the Business Day. I'm Andrea Chisholm. Good evening.